here today. We have the lovely and talented Mr. Matt Foley. How are you today, Matt?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm alright, Charlie. How are you?
That is retarded Matt Foley.
What? I don't understand what you're saying.
I don't really know what you mean. He would fucking say, actually, that is a bad.
What are you saying, Charlie?
Wait, why are you being like that for, you fucking prick? Yeah,
okay.
I'm afraid Matt Foley couldn't be here today because he's actually getting his scrotum operated on.
Yeah, I heard.
He's actually getting one attached.
Yeah.
Apparently he told me this because he looks at himself. He sees himself as a bit of a myth. So he said to me, he goes, "Yeah, you always seem to mention me whenever you do a podcast." I'm like, "Yes, because I want to get you on a podcast."
Yeah.
And the day I get him, he's like, "Oh man, I can't."
Gotta get my bollocks fucking touched up, mate.
Yeah, I've got to get my testicles attached. They're gonna staple them in.
That was a very elaborate metaphor, Charlie.
It's very true though. But I really hope the healing process goes really well for you there, Matt. I know you went to Glastonbury last week, and that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Not only as a person who is quite a funny person, ruining his day by going to see average bands.
Yeah. Do you ever go to Glastonbury?
I would never go to Glastonbury.
I've been to Reading once. It was a stag do.
I went to Reading.
It was, and the music was just not for me.
Who did I see at Reading? I did see Mike Patton and Reza at Reading in 2006.
I
Almost
saw-
11 years ago, guys. Anyway, sorry, but we'll get back to this.
Speaking of music, I'd like to put a shout out to the fantastic intro track that you selected.
Absolutely.
Big fan of Meshuggah here.
Great band.
Yes, fantastic. Man. Saw them live once.
My friend
Awesome.
actually met his wife now.
Which one?
A Meshuggah gig.
Oh, his wife in the Meshuggah.
Yeah,
that's nice. How could he tell her apart from all the other people with tits and long hair?
Because she's from Belgium and she's mixed race. That's a bit different.
I must admit, I love metal, but like when you go to a metal gig, you're like, diversity is like.
And she wears a Del Boy cap. It's really funny.
I remember I went to Birmingham to see I think it was Slipknot and Korn. It was a really old school.
That's a good fucking gig,
yeah,
man.
and I
Yeah.
remember
Early
it was,
2000s.
I actually managed to sneak into the VIP area early, which was awesome.
How did you do that?
Because I
No, back up. How did you do that? How did you sneak into the?
by accident, sort of like.
Oh wait,
so,
no,
wait. So what
was it
happened?
like a pratfall that you sort of? Oh, why did you sort of leave on the door?
So I had because I got my tickets late. Everyone else in the group had gotten them like way ahead of time because they're like serious
give it away.
metalheads. But like I only got a sitting one and they had standing, and I was like, well, I'll try and see if I can get a standing one. So I went like when everyone was queuing up like fucking miles, I went to the box office and asked, and they were like, no, wait, sorry, mate.
Did you want to mosh out though?
Yeah, I wanted to mosh out with
Slipknot. I saw Slipknot atop of a hill at Download Festival.
Yeah.
Because I think that my girlfriend at the time was trying to instigate some kind of swap with another, which is
Couple?
fine because the girl she
Okay.
wanted me to fuck was hotter. So
cool.
that's always good. Yeah, but that's mine. I've never
No.
seen Slipknot live except for
Actually, I got it mixed up. It wasn't Slipknot. It was just Korn and some other bunch of bands. It was. Yeah, it was a bit annoying.
Korn was my first ever gig, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it was good.
I remember what
I
mine
got the
was.
ticket. I think I paid 20 quid for the ticket. And
What's it playing
I got
Bleed
the
now?
ticket the same day, and then I went down to London Arena, which is no longer there. I do seem to have a theme of like going to venues that are now no longer.
Well, I had a theme of the last couple of shows I did comically, where I would I'd show up to a gig and it would get cancelled, and then I'd show up to another gig and it would get
That happened
cancelled.
to me.
I bet I cancelled the Hideaway back. It was.
Did you?
Yeah,
I
showed
bet
up
they
for
were
us.
pissed off. Like really.
Yeah, Callum was pretty
I
upset.
bet they were really like. I bet they was like, man, you're really not bringing the professionalism that the Hideaway.
man.
No, they're
was
good
so
guys. They're fucking. They're
Still doing the roast battles though, isn't he? He
I'm
manages
going
to get
do
some-
one. Yeah.
Yeah, who are you doing with?
Andrew Forsyth.
Oh yes, you mentioned Andrew Forsyth.
That man. He's
Yeah.
a really nice bloke. Yeah.
You did a bunch of
See,
jokes
that's-
about him, and they actually fit me because it's just all about fat guy with a beard. So
Yeah, but you
not
haven't
gonna spoil
but
your,
You haven't got a girlfriend. So.
fuck you.
No, I'm doing no. The first one.
Well,
I
my
did-
right hand has nails.
The
so
first one I did was really weird, like because, and it's not because I wasn't terrible. Maybe I don't care. Nobody got laughs. I think the only time I got a laugh during that roast battle was when I did an off the cuff remark.
Ah yes.
I think I called the guy I did a roast battle. He looks like he's a guy who looks like Hillary Swank,
Nice.
and that got it. But yeah, no, it was really. I still won it, so I'll take that. I'll take that as a victory.
So wait, you won it, but nobody laughed.
Well, yeah. Pretty much.
That's
what I'm
interesting.
saying. I said there really are no winners or losers in this comedy fucking business.
Well, no, there are no winners.
Nobody won that.
Just end
night.
the sentence there.
I'm
There are
just
no
saying
winners.
nobody-
Pause.
No,
Yeah.
it's good though. But with that roast battle stuff, I love all that shit. But I don't watch like the roast battle stuff or all the American roast battle shit. I don't watch it. Because it
I watched the Patrice O'Neill roast the other day. It's been re-uploaded with like
That is funny.
with much better audio and video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fucking Rich Voss. It's better audio. It hasn't got Rich Voss's voice on.
yeah. Oh, was that your comment that you put there? Yeah. It's not good
No.
comment. I still hear Rich Voss.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
Rich Voss?
Yeah, he is. He had a roast recently, which I'm going to see.
So is Mr. Bean. By the way.
Mr. Bean is a legend,
Yeah.
and some say they are the same people, Rich Voss and Mr. Bean.
I remember. That's really
No, Mr. Bean's funny. No, I don't know where we're going with this, but anyway, this is
I must say, it's
Andrew
awfully.
Reza. I've been trying to introduce him the whole fucking time, even though that we did the same one a couple of weeks ago.
We did indeed.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
It was a lot of fun.
I can't really remember much after that.
Well, Cavi came over and we had another.
That was true. That was true. We need to get that one up
Yeah.
as well. The thing is, with these podcasts and stuff like that, I really don't give a fuck. I don't care for like.
What do you mean with these podcasts?
No,
Is
like
there anything
just,
you give a
yeah,
fuck about?
I don't know. Everyone's trying to present themselves as like an efficient fucking person, efficient comedian. A lot of the people who are successful at this are efficient, very efficient.
Do you ever think that maybe that's actually one of the reasons why they are successful, Charlie? Because they
Well,
are
that's
efficient
true.
and
And I'm
hardworking
just
and stuff.
I'm just going to sit here and say that I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
I could be successful if I
Had talent and applied
talent,
yourself.
exactly,
Yeah,
and applied
yeah.
myself. But
And looked a bit
I have
different.
neither of those two things. The reason I do comedy or any kind of I like to call it tomfoolery.
Yeah.
But that's just me. A lot of people don't understand it. Some people think that that's racist. But
Uncle Tomfoolery.
Oh, Uncle tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Jesus. That sounds like even though that is offensive in loads of different ways, it does sound like it would make a good movie title for like a 1990s straight-to-video kids film. Uncle Tomfoolery. who would they have got? To play
Maybe there's a sketch in there. It's like it's a kids show, but it's just like a lot of kids shows were.
Oh,
you know,
exactly.
surreptitiously racist. It's like you ever rewatch like the old cartoons like Bugs Bunny and stuff.
Oh, they're hilarious,
Like,
don't
and like, all the what are they called, Looney Tunes and if back from the Hanna-Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera,
Chismell.
I think
Yeah,
that's how I
they're just
wanted to
racist as shit.
Really though?
Yeah, man.
Is it? Why?
They tend to characterize the black characters as
Well,
giant,
no, I
big
think- I
lips,
think
kind
you
of
have to go
open,
a
kind
bit
of oh
further
lordy,
back.
you know, like kind of.
Thomas!
Yeah.
Oh, Thomas! She had lovely ankles, that bitch, didn't she? Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine getting a foot job from that? That'd be fucking brutal. Thomas! Oh, she's not even her cat. She should just kick him in the face. And then obviously, what would happen if she kicked him in the face? He would have a foot imprint in his face, and then it will pop out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not offensive. Like
Or incredibly
like
violent.
the crows in Dumbo, they're not offensive at all.
No.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, great Family Guy reference. Why don't you get them to do all your observations of it for you, mate?
No,
Yeah,
Family Guy rips off everyone, so that's true. I was watching actually, funny enough, because where it was Mel Brooks' birthday the other day, I was watching Blazing Saddles, which is
Oh yeah.
which is I love that movie still, and it is hilarious.
It is very funny.
And I think I'm the first person to say that Blazing Saddles is hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, it's really original. I've never heard anyone say that.
No, exactly. And
The guy I work with, Mark.
It's
his
my
favourite film.
it's my favorite, one of my favorite films, because it is a film that you'll never be able to make today.
That's true.
And I was watching it, and I was just like, oh, and I watched that, and I watched Airplane couple of days ago.
That's a
which-
beautiful film.
And
My favorite of that lot is Hot Shots Part 2.
really,
Oh yeah.
Really?
I just
That's-
loved it. I mean, I just
Mr. Bean's in that as well.
But I love I like the visual aspect where you have like I was actually saying this to Mel yesterday. I was over here after the show, and like when they're doing exposition, like in the background there's always some kind of like surrealist
Yeah.
kind of developing like visual comedy thing happening which links out. It's just beautiful. There's never a moment when it isn't, you know, it isn't incredibly funny.
No, that's a classic from when I was a kid. I always remember the advertisements for that was like the chicken arrow. Where they always used to show that Hot Shots by Duh. The first one's a funny movie as well.
Yeah.
But getting back to like just Blazing Saddles and Airplane,
Yeah.
is I watched those two films and I was like, I really think Seth MacFarlane should go. I really thank Mel Brooks and Zucker and Abrams for my career, because every fucking joke that he's ever done is in those movies. I don't know. I like references, but not when it's your full part of your fucking program.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the time when I fucking shit all over the floor, and then they go to it.
Oh, Peter.
Oh, come on, Peter. That's crazy.
That's Lois Griffin after 17 years of smoking.
Oh, come on, Peter. I can't do that one. Oh, God. Yeah, but the show was funny for about... because it was on
3 seasons.
It was because it was the actually it is an interesting fact about Family Guy. It was the only DVD you could buy in 2001.
What?
The only DVD. You could not buy any other DVDs except for because you look at a lot of people's DVD collections, they have the 3-pack of the first 3 seasons.
You mean of Family Guy? You don't mean of?
No, it was the only DVD that anybody on the planet was allowed to buy. You couldn't, if you bought anyone else, if you bought any other DVD.
Oh, I see. You're using comedy as you're exaggerating that point
exactly.
to make a commentary about how prolific that DVD was.
I'm glad you caught up and pointed it out.
Yeah.
But no, it's
well,
true.
this was the full-blown hatred podcast, not the full-blown metaphor. And
this is a new method that I'm dealing with now. I'm trying to change my ways and be a lot more sort of vague and metaphorish, if you will, because then it actually gives me an excuse for having integrity. So as long as I say stuff that makes no sense, then I'm a good person.
Yeah.
So if I genuinely care about something and say something, then I'm a terrible, horrendous person. So. Well, we all know that anyway.
Yeah.
But what were we talking about?
Don't really remember.
Exactly. For films.
Films, we were talking about films, which we would tend to. Yeah.
I'm so sorry about it. It's like my professionalism level on a daily basis is horrendous.
Yeah.
It really is horrendous.
What do you do again?
I do nothing.
Well, what do you what's the title of it?
I'm off the grid. I'm literally I work. I can't really talk about it really.
Okay, fair enough.
Secret government stuff.
I used to do that kind of shit.
That's true. No, I'm actually genuinely a secret government person. I don't want to talk about it, but you know, I'm really dealing with these confidential files. Like I can't talk about them, but there's this bloke, right? I shouldn't really say. He's going to get stabbed.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's heavy stuff.
Heavy stuff.
Heavy stuff. Yeah. He's a fat bloke, you see.
Oh,
so they have to get
really?
a bigger knife, and then they
like a kebab knife or something.
Well, you know, it's a part of the job. It's a daily thing. You know, every day you go to work and do what you have to.
You go like, what do I need? The 6-inch blade?
Exactly.
You know
and what you do is you stab them, and then you go shh, and you lower them.
Do you ever
down.
think anyone like did there's like kind of stabs in the stomach and goes like shh, and the guy just doesn't shut up.
He's like,
just
fuck
like,
off,
fuck
mate!
ow,
You just stabbed me, you
ow."
prick.
Yeah.
Oh shit! He looks deep in the eyes of the person who stabbed him.
What's that series? I mean, I haven't watched it, but I've seen the clip. It's like Bryan Cranston gets killed by this like assassin in the end. You've probably figured this out. And he slits his wrist, and he kind of goes, "The pain's over, the pain's over." And I'm like, I mean,
Malcolm in the Middle. That would be the best way for that show to. That never got an ending, and that would have been an interesting way. So it's a TV. Oh, it's a new TV series. Is it Lucky? I don't know.
Who cares?
Bryan Cranston.
I was just like banking quite heavily on your.
I fuck it. No, that doesn't sound
really
familiar to me.
Well, I just thought it was a strange scene because if you had your wrist slit, then it'll fucking hurt. Like
yeah,
it'll take a long time for you to die.
Walking down the road like, I've just slipped my wrists. Do you know the time that from me being very quiet and somber, just about to cut myself, to me screaming would be the first time the blade touches my skin.
Yeah,
I'm not that brave. It's the coward's way out, but I'm not that brave.
So good, actually.
We've gone to suicide now.
So maybe just blank that out of the podcast and then use it on stage.
This is one of my metaphors. This is one of my analogies for the real world, guys. Just remember, in the real world, we're all people.
Remember, all people.
We're all people.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
Yeah. Except for the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I can't really say because that's once again more confidential work stuff. I don't really want.
Oh yeah. But the eradication of the
Rochdale. People from Rochdale. But I can't really. One of the worst places.
Have you ever been to Rochdale?
No. I can imagine it's boring as fuck.
Where is Rochdale?
It's in Rochdale.
Where's Rochdale?
Don't know.
Ah.
It's a rubbish place. Oh, I'm just going to say it. I've never been there. But I'm just going to say it's not that good.
Senegal. I don't know what that's
Senegal
like.
probably is quite nice. You know, it's probably a bit like Ace Ventura 2.
So what's happened to you recently, Charlie, that has made you feel hatred or anger?
To be honest, I have actually been watching a lot of social justice warrior stuff.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, just not to even to annoy me, but just to understand it. And do you know what? I can't.
Can't understand what?
I can't understand. Like, whenever you hear somebody talk about their point and how they feel about it, they never really have an actual anything to say.
Sorry?
Rochdale. Okay. I'll take that back. Manchester's quite nice. I visited Manchester on a coach. I was driving through Manchester.
How did they get the whole of Manchester on a coach?
Well, that was weird.
Yeah.
It was odd. It was quite busy.
Yeah.
Quite busy. It was pretty rubbish as well.
Yeah.
Mega bus. Wankers. Yeah. Plus, there's also all these people trying to get out of Manchester.
Yeah.
It was like that scene in Apocalypse Now where they're going down the river and the bridge is getting exploded. You got all these fucking... For some reason, these army guys, these soldiers, have briefcases or suitcases.
Well,
surely they would have a sack with their clothing in it.
I mean, I guess the idea is that they're kind of stretched and it's like just bring your own bags. You don't have enough, like, knapsacks. I'm not a military guy, you see.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing about social justice warriors that makes me, and I think that's too strong a name for them. I don't want to repress them anymore. But I think social justice warrior.
Do you think there are anti-social justice
Is
warriors?
that Antifa?
Yeah, I met an Antifa once. It was crazy.
No, but I don't know what the difference is.
Well, I don't know. I met an anti-fascist. A couple years back.
We're all anti-fascists.
Well, no, seriously, man. It was a fascinating experience. Like, I was in this pub, right, and I was talking to these.
You're the only people who aren't anti-fascist. Fascist.
Well, this is the point I was going to make. And I'm talking to this geezer, right? He seems like a nice guy. He's kind of like early 20s guy. And I'm making conversation like, "Oh, do you anything interesting?"
Name?
I can't remember.
Dave Fascist. We call him Dave
We'll call him
Fascist.
Dave Fascist. Well, Dave Anti-Fascist.
Oh, okay.
Dave brackets Anti-Fascist.
He doesn't like them.
Doesn't like them. So, but like I was saying, what are you up to this weekend?
Do you run
And he
into
said,
many fascists?
and I asked him like, what are you up to this weekend? And he goes like, well, I'm going to an anti-fascist protest. Do you want to come? I'm like, well, what are you protesting about? And he's like, we're against the fascists. And I was like, well, what's the protest in NATO? What's the theme of it? And he goes, mate, honestly, we just like to get together and beat the fuck out of the fascists. And I was like, well, hang on a second. So you get together with a group of people, like-minded people, you find a group of other people you hate for reasons you can't quite define, and you just suppress them with violence. That sounds a lot like that.
Sounds like fascism.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
And,
Like,
I'm not being funny,
really
but
strange.
Like, I don't know anyone who's openly fascist. I don't know anyone who's like.
I'm surprised you don't, to be honest.
No, actually, I don't think that you are.
You know Matt
I don't
Foley.
think you're necessarily. Astro is
Yeah.
an absolute fascist.
Yeah.
Some say more than most,
Yeah.
and those people are now dead. No, but I don't know anyone who goes, "Oh yeah, mate, I'm a right fascist." Oh. And people have and these anti-fascists want to fight fascists.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. People just
If
want to
you-
be.
if
People
you-
just
if
want to be
they
part
are
of a
what
team.
you say they are, these high. Sorry to cut you off. These highly renowned, horrible fascist people.
Yeah.
That means that they're probably going to be quite dangerous.
Hmm.
Oh, he's a fascist. Why is that? He has a different opinion than I do.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Well, that's. I mean, I'm not saying that fascism doesn't exist as we would kind of understand it sensibly, right? Or that any kind of nasty right wing doesn't exist. Far from it. But there is, I think, like the left also just wants to kind of create an enemies where there aren't there, like
Yeah,
fabricated,
absolutely.
strain. Like these
It was
people
a
are
false
racist.
flag.
These people hate hate life and they hate poor people and
Yeah,
they hate this and
it's-
you're like, it's not. There are these people, but they're in a minority. There is a much larger right wing.
We can't
group
pick
of
on
people.
them. We don't want to. They're in a minority. When they're small.
Actually, that's an interesting angle. You could claim that you shouldn't. You're not allowed to tell off like proper like like neo-Nazis with like more violence like.
I like those
Musolo Nazis or whatever,
Yeah.
like combining two forms of fascism to make a new variant or whatever.
I
And they're like, no, you can't.
I like those-
you
I like
can't
those-
suppress us because we're a minority.
I like those Ethiopian Nazis that you see. You got the Ethiopian.
Do you know the weirdest thing?
The
I went to-
Ethiopian
I went-
Jews, and then
I
you
went
got
to
the
Mongo-
Ethiopian Nazis.
I went to Mongolia and they have neo Nazis and they have Mongolian neo Nazis.
Really?
Yep.
They must be.
They drive around in like
Who do
old
they
black
hate themselves?
foreigners. they,
Oh, well, look.
they beat up tourists and people who were like. There's a lot of visiting like financial businessmen.
So I am therefore a I'm a target for these Mongolians.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
if you were there.
I really want. First of all, I just want to apologise to the Mongolian neo-Nazis who live in the woods. What the
There
fuck?
are no woods in Mongolia.
Oh no! Well, they live on nothing because there's nothing in Mongolia.
Except for sheep and deserts and yurts. And
That
stuff.
sounds great.
It's a nice place, though.
I can imagine it's nice.
Ulaanbaatar's cool. Nice people.
I can imagine.
Apart from the neo-Nazis,
I
man.
can
Those
imagine
guys,
it's
they're
quite.
good people.
Yeah, just don't worry about any wild animals. Oh, there's fucking neo-Nazis roaming though. Jesus.
If you see a black Rolls Royce, just kind of scarper.
Oh, see, that's just bullshit. They're buying foreign cars. I want to see a Mongolian car, and that is a yak with a truck with a thing behind it.
The weird thing with you can't buy their currency outside of their country.
Do they hail Hitler and that shit?
I don't know. I didn't see.
Oh, that would be fucking. That would be the worst. Like, do you know what that was?
Genghis Hitler.
Genghis.
Well, Genghis
some people
Khan
would
was
say the same thing.
Genghis Khan was the what?
Adolf Khan.
Adolf Khan. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Breed those two.
That's it. That is
Or villain,
My name
or
is
does he
Khan.
spread? Does he?
Yeah, these Mongolian neo-Nazis.
Yeah.
Is this really a real thing?
Yeah.
How did you find this out?
Other travelers are telling me and shit.
Oh, on the road.
Yeah.
I would watch out down the road. There are those neo-Nazi Mongolians.
Yeah, it was the Somerset contingent that went with.
Yeah, Shaolin terrorists. That was a hard time for the world, right? Because all they wanted to do was
Burn to death.
They're a religion of peace.
And dying in fire.
Yeah, just all they used to do is just terrorize
Well, that's
themselves.
Tibetans.
Yeah, they're all the same. You know what I mean? They all.
Well, what are you, the Chinese government?
I think it's out of order for. I'm going to write a letter to Zach Della Rocha and all that, like, because I think it's out of order. I
It's
think
his fault.
I
Zach,
think-
you've been dropping the ball, man.
like-
But release more angry white way
no,
rap songs.
See, a lot of people think that actual they actually think that protest, you know, like the monk who set himself on fire.
Yeah.
They actually think that was actual genuine protest. It really was just a photo shoot for the Rage Against the Machine album. They were fucking, you know, they're preempting the band. 'Cause,
Yeah.
all music is really created and brought to you by the government and the Illuminati. So
Is this something you've learned in your secret
yeah,
government
exactly.
work?
No,
Yeah.
well, as I said, secret government shit I can't talk about. But
Yeah.
you know, if I mention anything, you just say stop, right?
Okay.
All right, brilliant. Anyway, yeah. So fucking Mongolian neo-Nazis.
Yeah.
I want to see. Are there pictures online of Mongolian neo-Nazis? And how did you find this out? Was it on a TV show?
No, I was in Mongolia.
What?
Yeah, I went to Mongolia.
Why? To see relatives? What?
No, I was traveling.
They have a little hut.
It was like my travel. I went with my friend of mine. We went to
You went to a place which is beautiful. I'm sorry to cut you off.
we went to Russia. We went to Moscow. Then we took the train to Irkutsk. We stayed there. We stayed in Moscow for a bit. Then we stayed in Irkutsk, and then we took the train to Ulaanbaatar. We stayed there for a bunch of days, and then we went to Beijing on the train.
At what point did
for a
you
week or two.
assassinate the informant that was in the hotel in Mongolia?
I'm not at liberty to talk about that.
Exactly, that's true. I heard about that.
The funny thing is, like about Ulaanbaatar, is that like in the middle, like in the center, it's like you got this giant like modern hotel. It looks like something out of Dubai, right? And you got all
It's
this.
still rubbish though.
We actually went there because it was like the only place open after a certain hour. We went to this fucking top bar and all these fucking businessmen and prostitutes and like expensive
Well,
fucking drinks.
I
And we're just
always
there in
like-
our shorts and backpacks, like.
Looking kidnappable.
No, looking out of place. But like,
Oh, absolutely.
and then like there's this financial area which is like this massive kind of gothic architecture. It looks like something out of like a old Stalinist film. And like then you kind of go out a
like
little
those
bit,
new
and then it
Stalinist
just
ones.
turns to like dirt road,
Yeah.
and it's just like after that it's just like sand and
So, fucking
noodle
hell.
bars.
That sounds great. It really does. Was
Yeah.
it nice?
It was fun.
Did you see any neo-Nazis
No, we didn't see any Nazis. We saw a lot of monks and
roaming the woods?
Mongolian women who are beautiful, by the way.
Are they? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I always find Mongolian women. They always look like Eskimos.
Fucking Eskimos, man.
Oh, mate.
That's the one who I really hate is the fucking Inuits, man.
Fucking we're Inuits. Yeah, they are
Fucking
annoying.
innies.
Innies.
Yeah. Innies out.
It's kind of
Innies
amazing.
out.
Yeah, I was gonna
Innies
say.
out.
Innies out. Oh, I've got to build an igloo, love. Oh, fucking hell.
Should we
Again?
should we start the right wing protest against the Inuits?
Oh, no, I think
In the
they've had
middle of
enough, really,
Westminster.
because they live in the snow.
Yeah.
Oh, they live at the forest point.
Do you think the Inuits look at us and go like, they live not in the snow? What the fuck is wrong with it?
Like these fucking mugs with their central heating and electricity.
They have houses that don't melt. What the
Yeah.
fuck is wrong with these guys?
We used to live in igloos, but now we live in a shed in the snow. Oh, what's the weather like? You fucking know.
I remember hearing someone said like in the Inuit language there's like 200 words for snow or something. Different kinds of snow.
Oh, that's
Snow-
true. That's
yeah.
true. I only have one word for Inuit. Humble people.
What would be a racial pejorative? No, that's not good.
What were you
Apart
gonna
from
say?
Inuits. No, I was going to say, what would be a good racial pejorative for Inuit?
Igloo wankers.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like hearing
Snow
I like
specks.
hearing Mel snigger in the background. It's really funny. I said snigger.
Wait, no, I've got it. Snow cones. It's like Snow
Oh,
Coon or Snow
God.
Coon, you know, whatever you
That
want
is
to say.
great,
Yeah.
actually. Do you know what? This is the full-blown hatred podcast.
I'm very
are
tempted
finally
to take this
showing
away.
hatred.
This.
To the people who are the furthest point away from us.
I really want to go away, steal this, and do a minute and a half on
I did.
on the Inuits. Like, I fucking hate. I want to tell you the I fucking hate the Inuits.
I can't stand them, mate. They really get on my nerves.
Fucking snow
what
cones.
would an Inuit actually have to do to you to really annoy you?
Isn't that a bit from South Park where
I'm not too
like
sure.
you know the character no, is it Scott like that like Terrence and Phillip?
Yeah.
And then there's another Canadian character who's kind of recurring who they hate. He's like, it's Scott, you're a dick, Scott. And he doesn't like the Inuits or like what do people live in the Northern American Canadian territories. And he's like, fucking Inuits, got it. Bought a blowjob from one once. All she did was wrap her nose on my dick.
That is still the greatest television show ever.
Yeah.
I would have to say the best televised comedy program. And a lot of people would disagree. A lot of people would say that Keeping Up Appearances.
And those people
is,
are called Seth MacFarlane.
Well, he is a fantastic. He's a legend in the ways of stealing other people's shit and putting it in his show. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he does. He should have been Jude Law in AI. That fucking guy.
what, Seth MacFarlane?
Seth MacFarlane. He does not look. He doesn't look like a real person.
Hmm.
He looks like a future robot Pufter.
A future robot Puffton.
That's a great name for a band, actually, by the way.
Yes.
Hi, welcome to the stage, future robot Pufter. In at number 5. In at number 4, we have, what was it, Cunt Stabber with the lovely song, I Just Want to Be Your Friend.
My German cousin once showed me a band called Anal Cunt.
Oh, they're a great band. The
Yeah.
old AC. I think they're one of the finest bands out there.
Yeah.
I saw a great band called Dying Fetus,
Yeah.
who were a fan. No, dude. They're, other than the name, they're actually really good.
Well, do they only play once a month or something?
Yes, they do. No, they're
Doesn't quite work, but you both,
No,
you
I
both
got it.
recoiled.
I got it. I was ashamed for you, really. It was,
Yeah, well, feel shame for the fetus, you know.
Well, no,
Good for
fuck
them.
them. No, I do. No, but was it? I saw a band called Dying Fetus, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right, this is good. It was just they're one of the best live bands I've ever seen.
Wow.
And you have to say, to, oh, did you do anything over the weekend? Yeah, I said I went to see Dying Fetus.
Yeah.
Anal cunt. I've met a few comedians who should name their act after. Because they take out the arse.
Well, up on stage, that is.
Well, that would be fucking great, actually. I'll watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you get that done in 5 minutes, though?
I don't know, with some actual like to
How do you introduce that?
I think if that was your bit, you could probably get a 10-minute headline.
That is true.
Straight up.
It's for everybody's.
Hey, listen, Kyle. I know. Can I get a headline spot? We got this whole bit where where Charlie sticks his head up my ass.
Yeah,
But, like,
exactly.
it's like a 3-minute bit.
I
Can we consider like a song maybe?
I walk around like Joey and Friends with the turkey on his head. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to say that. That's because Friends is copyright Warner Brothers.
Yes.
Oh, God. Yeah. No. Oh, fuck. Oh, we got to go on dry. I forgot the loop.
Charlie, what did we talk about?
Oh, look, mate.
What was the most important
No,
thing?
but it makes it real, doesn't it? Oh, it really shows.
Why don't you want to be the turkey?
Do you know what happens at the end? Like they watch the whole act, and at the end, it just goes. And I'm standing there. You've got your arms up, and I've got my arms up, and my head's still up your ass.
Like a Victoria's totem pole.
Du, 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 du.
And I'm humming the notes like.
What do you call an act like that?
The aristocrats.
Oh, God.
Well, technically, there's only one aristocrat. Yeah. Yeah. That'd be a good show, man.
Oh,
I might go back into comedy for that.
we should. You have to start first. Way.
Oh, yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh, so do you always so do you two as a comedy duo, a fantastic comedy duo? I hear you're doing the trick at Wembley next
Yeah.
week. You're being supported by the Foo Fighters. Is that
And Charlie, you're being supported by.
do you sometimes switch it around where you're on Andrew's head and his head is up your arm?
Well, you see, I think the band works as a particular dynamic.
It
You know,
really
everyone
does,
has their
yeah.
roles which fit really well into the art. You know.
Well, we are artists, and we like to have integrity in what we do. And if we just start changing what we
I mean,
do,
except for obviously anal integrity, which would be wrecked after a few weeks of that
well,
act.
this is it's par and par with the business. You know what I mean? We're hardworking. His arsehole's getting better, actually. It does.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, he has to.
I put a Glade air freshener in there.
In fact, it's getting so loose he has to use chin straps to keep himself from falling off.
He has to tie his arsehole off like with an elastic band, like a balloon knot, just to keep it in. Just to oh, I don't want to go on tonight. Why?
I need to find a 7-foot-tall giant so I can be his fucking ventriloquist puppet.
Oh, I don't want to go on. Why? I've got shit on my head.
It's bad luck to have shit on your head before the act.
Friar Reza coming to the stage, and then you have to have that music. Oh well, Charlie Fry died at a very young age. It was actually an accident that occurred on stage. One night they were doing the epic, what we like to call the. I can't remember what I called it.
The 2/3 human
head
centipede.
Shit totem. And it took Andrew a little while. It's not usual because he's really a professional, and it's not. He actually.
Johnny forgot his snorkel.
He stood up on his head and twisted his hips, and it snapped his neck. There was a memorial service later that week.
They had to get an extra long coffin.
Everybody, he couldn't be an open casket because his head was still up his arsehole. He keeps it there for good luck.
In the end, the only way they got him into the coffin was to bend around and put his head up his ass like a fucking coil of rope.
You never see like an IRA mural of that, would you? Like a balaclava.
We should join ISIS just for that poster.
Oh God! How do you behead someone who's got their head up their ass? Very difficult.
Can you imagine like they line them up in a giant line and just like
I want to get that
like cutting sausages.
I want to get that act on television. The Royal Variety Performance. We have Friar Reza, and everybody's just dumbfounded.
Oh man! Imagine if like you were like a terrorist, right? And like you
imagine?
Right? Okay. Yeah. Imagine all the people living, not blown up. But like, and you kidnap someone, right? Like a journalist or whatever, anyone, and then you kind of do a variety show, and you just drag them on stage, and then like put good gaff tape, and they're like, and everyone thinks it's part of the act, and you cut their head off. Everyone, how long do you think people would applaud for until they realised, oh?
I reckon it'll be a smattering like you get at your first gig. You know, it's just like sort of.
Yeah.
Because at that point they're jaded. They're like, I'm not being funny.
This again.
Like it's like their version of USO is an execution. It's not like like can you actually it would be funnier if they were doing an execution and it was like that scene in Apocalypse Now.
Which scene?
Well, the scene where they got the USO show.
Oh yeah.
And all the ISIS guys are trying to climb over. Oh, shut up now. Oh, fucking hell.
It's not really a good time to shut up.
Anyway, so fascists.
Yeah, fascists.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
I've just got lost in the.
Did you see that fascist protest that happened the other week, where these fascists all got together and they fucking closed down? You know, what was it? Like,
Lidl's.
Yeah. You know, it made me really sad because I'm a fascist, but that's not my fascism.
Are you really a fascist? You know, your kind of fascism.
No, it's just a joke. I
think that it's like a difference. You know what I mean?
Well, my fascism is about peace and love, and just racial
so you're
superiority.
a passion fascist.
Yeah, I'm a fascist.
You're a passion.
I'm a passive fascist.
Oh God, I really haven't got the time. I haven't got the time to even join a peaceful protest. What the fuck? Actually, I probably have got the time. I just don't want to go. I never understood this fucking. Oh, it's really bad. I'm gonna go walk down the road. Why don't you go? Like, the protests have really lost their fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, they've really lost what they're supposed to do.
Which is what?
Like, kill the person in charge. That is what a riot is supposed to do. We're going to overthrow and fucking take over. Like Louis the 16th or, Mel Brooks in History of War Part 1. It's good to be the king. Yeah, like that. He got killed apparently.
Allegedly.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine if like this is how lazy
Or
protesters
left-wing
are?
conspiracy nonsense, I think, Louis the
Yeah, that's true. Actually, he was a lovely bloke. He used to grab people by the pussy.
Yeah.
Nobody complained.
No. Because I don't know.
Protesters are shit now. They used to be good. Like, have you ever seen the original Police Academy? That was a good fucking riot, man.
Yeah.
The riot in Scarface, good fucking riot.
The riot in what's it called? Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
Yeah, which one though? The slow one.
I mean, the original one, which is one of the only good things about. I mean, like, it was a
I
good
love that
riot.
fucking movie, man. I won't hear a bad word said about that film.
I saw the second. I saw the remake. I thought it was fucking good.
I tried to watch it. I thought it was too highbrow for me.
It was a bit like the remake of the Star Trek in that it took it, and Bond, in that they took it like, let's take it a little bit more gritty and seriously.
Well, that's because the reason they did that with Bond is because the Jason Bourne films came out, and they were just great.
Oh my God, it's Jason Bond.
Oh yeah. My girlfriend did that the other day.
Well.
We were just sitting there and she went, "Oh my God, it's Jason Bourne." I love Matt Damon. He's a fantastic actor.
That he is.
Probably
I agree.
one of my favourite actors ever. Actually, I'd say.
I agree. He's in all my main favorite.
I hope
films.
he's listening and he sends a message to me saying, "Thanks, man.
My two favorite
I
films.
don't get enough. I don't get enough credit as an actor."
Two favorite films: Good Will Hunting and The Departed.
Departed's great. He's a fucking cocksucker.
I don't know which bit of the film you're referring to because that happens.
What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, Mark Wahlberg in that film is fantastic.
Yeah, he's great.
And isn't it obvious?
I like his shoes as well.
Isn't it obvious that Leonardo DiCaprio is the rat? He's the only one.
Yeah, I know. I've heard you
he's
talk
the
about
only-
this, and you're
he's
right.
the only
yeah.
cunt in that film who's panicking.
He's the only who's content. He's the last guy to. He's already known to have been at the police academy.
It's a great film, by the way.
Yeah, it's a fantastic.
That would have been fucking great if they had his character in Police Academy. He's this really intense undercover police officer hanging around with Hightower. And fucking Mahoney gives him a ribbing. And then who's the fucking...
I'll see here, Cassigan.
Commander Lassard. no, Commandant Lassard. Meet Billy, whatever the fuck his name is. Hi, I'm not a rat, okay? I broke my arm. He's great in that film.
Yeah.
Well, my favourite...
What I loved about that scene when he's beating the crap out of his arm is that, like, it really just... It's a lovely touch where, like, you know, he's doing this, are you a rat? Are you a rat? Like, and then at the very end, it's what he really cares about. He's like, are you going to stop doing coke deals with your dickhead cousin?
Yeah.
And it's, like, so nice because that's really what he's
Do you know
about.
it's
not an integrity thing.
Do you know
he's
who his
he's a
cousin is
businessman.
in that film? I can't remember the actor's name, but he was also Ray Liotta's brother.
Yes.
in Goodfellas.
Yeah, in the wheelchair. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, he's a really strange
That's a
bloke.
great film as
Kevin
well.
something. Kevin something. Yeah, it's definitely
Kevin Cesarillo.
Kevin Italian name.
Yeah.
No, but Kevin something. Yes, definitely. But yeah, he was also in.
Also, my favorite spot of a kind of crossover in that film was Beansy being a Philadelphia coke dealer.
God.
Yeah. He really stepped up for that one.
He was a Philadelphia coke dealer.
Yeah.
And that was actually what's his face as well. The guy who. No, it's not. It's not Philadelphia in Goodfellas. It's
Portland.
Or Portland, maybe? No, it's one of those shit towns.
Yeah.
Oregon.
You want to see helicopters?
Want to see helicopters?
Yeah.
He was also in Casino as well. Yeah, very much so.
Which
That's Mitch Pileggi, the guy who wrote Goodfellas.
What the guy?
That guy, yeah.
Really, he wrote Goodfellas. Holy shit, that's a beautiful film.
I think it's him. But no, I forgot where we've got. But Phil, I could talk about films all day.
Yeah, well, I could definitely talk
love
about these three films. These three films that I also enjoyed.
My favourite Matt
I
Damon.
watched watched Taxi Driver for the first time like 2 weeks ago.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. I finished watching it and I thought to myself, maybe this film has a few messages for me.
I watched a couple of them.
Lonely, growing anger, bitter, isolated, pseudo-intellectual guy.
Yeah, well, he
wanting
was,
to do something decisive. You're like, yeah, the
So the
futility
thing is,
of that.
you just don't know any 13-year-old prostitutes.
Oh, fuck
Who
you,
were being,
Why do you always assume shit about me, Charlie? I'm a closed book, you know this.
closed book. You're a fucking pamphlet. Shut up.
Fuck you, man. I'm an encyclopedia.
Oh yeah, of
The
course.
pages are all stuck together.
One with pictures in it.
I mean, what's that? That's a film. I'm trying to remember. Who was this is one of these stupid like, Have you looked? You know what you get when you look up the name with the word idiot in the dictionary?
No.
Say the obvious line. It's a picture.
A picture of you.
No, stupid. There's the word stupid, which you are.
Yeah, well, see, saw Taxi Driver. That film actually took me a couple watches because because everybody's like that scene where he's going, "You talking to me?
Yeah.
You talking?" Everyone says that's a great scene. I'm like, it's not.
But that's like a best scene. That's a mess scene. But like, I think that tells two things. There's two ways you could interpret that. I mean, I would interpret it. Either,
He's going mental.
Well, that's it. Either it's like his actual innate weakness and lack of confidence, where he's trying to if you were actually like a hard guy and you were like a hitman, you're like, all right, I'm gonna go kill.
Wait, say that again.
If you're like a hard guy,
Say that again.
Okay, fine. If you're Charlie,
yeah,
right,
all right, cool,
and you're a tough piece of shit who doesn't give a shit about killing
exactly,
no bro.
Yeah. That's what I am.
Which you weren't willing to talk about in the last podcast.
Well, I will actually.
But if you and
Secret
you're not
government
gonna go talk yourself up in the mirror. So either it's like he's actually cowardly, but that doesn't seem to hold up in the end of the film, or it is actually he's going a bit detached, where he even sees himself as.
Well, everybody has that in them. That sort of, and it's also. No, he has. It's him doing what he thinks is right.
Yeah.
But he is a very lonely person. All he does is work and go home. And he's also a Vietnam veteran, so he's probably got some PTSD shit.
Which I like they didn't address.
He wants to be a hero, but he's doing it the wrong way.
I thought it was a really.
It's like Rupert Pupkin, who is a fucking great character.
The Scorsese cameo. I thought it was really amazing. That
Martin
Scorsese was able to play so effectively, like a coked up weirdo.
There's a nigger up there. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna fucking shoot her. I'm gonna fucking kill her. Hi, Martin.
Do you think his character actually existed in the film? Do you think it was just a fantasy of his?
See that I thought that myself as well. That's a good fucking idea.
Because if you notice the way he reacts to him, he
doesn't do anything.
It's almost dreamlike. Because it's like because if there's a guy acting, he's a professional taxi driver, right? He's gonna have all kinds of weirdos who are gonna do stuff. He's gonna just get out,
there's a few scenes like that in the film. Where
but he's like more practical and get out. But like that one, he just kind of sits there, kind of almost like almost Inception-like, and just kind of.
He also understands. He sort of understands the feeling of doing that.
It's a bit Donnie Darko-esque, it's like.
Well, yeah.
That's a beautiful film as well.
Oh, it's a beautiful film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the bit I really like?
What?
The bit where the girl gets run over.
Oh yes. I remember rewinding that bit. Wait, where are my fucking tissues?
Exactly. Yeah. You rub your dick on the DVD.
I guess the story. I guess the moral of that story is that I guess.
It came free with a DVD player. What, you get like 100 DVDs with it, and Donnie Darko was one of them. That's how that film became popular. It was the special one out of the 100. That was the only one I could fuck. I'm going to watch Cyborg 3 with Malcolm McDowell, which he's in it for 5 minutes, yet he's on the case. Fuck you. Sorry. Anyway, sorry. Karen.
Do you think that the moral of Donnie Darko is that sometimes suicide is the right choice? Because, like, obviously the guy dies. He has this whole flashback. He sees his, life when he would survive.
Spoilers.
Oh, come on. It's oh, yeah, sorry. Dear 1991. Spoilers. Yeah, whatever. I didn't know when it was out. But, like, 90s.
That's a good, yeah.
But, like, the idea at the end is, like, he realizes that his death actually leads to greater happiness of people around him, and he accepts his fate. But, like, practically, he's, like, he's a depressed teenager. He's reviewing his life. And he's like, you know what? I should die. And he kills himself. And the moral of the story is, if you're feeling kind of bad and you feel like you're a bit of a burden on your family, maybe it's best to go,
Well, that's true. But personally, it would have been better to see if that was the actual film, was him lying in bed and then you just see him get crushed by a plane engine. Film over, and then they go to Echo and the Bunnyman.
That's Donnie Darko Part 1.
Oh,
and then,
like
3 years later...
Have you ever seen the sequel for that? I've never seen that.
No, man.
S. Darko. That means we couldn't afford Jake Gyllenhaal, even though he died in the... Why are they trying to fucking carry that shit on?
Yeah.
That was...
it's like The Matrix.
No, they can't carry that on.
Well, that's why this is the thing I feel very strongly about, because I loved the first Matrix film.
Here's a theory for you.
Go on.
The Matrix
Yeah.
is a remake
Yeah.
of Star Wars. Think about it.
Yeah, you got an average young Joe guy with a certain life. His life gets ripped.
He really wants to escape his life.
He wants to escape his life. Then all of a sudden, a mysterious older man comes to him, presents him with some mysterious stuff. He gets a choice of whether to pursue it or not. He does. As a result, everything that he knows is ripped away from him, and then he has to learn how to become a a combat against an inexorable evil that
It's
threatens
quite
everything.
easy though in that
Yeah.
universe, which annoys me.
Then
like
he is essentially, well, actually, I guess it's a bit Empire Strikes Back, because he doesn't die, but he has part of himself cut
That's
away
true.
from him,
That's true,
and
yeah.
he returns.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Exactly.
Except for his sister.
Well, the thing is, though, would you fuck Trinity though?
I would have.
I
Not
wouldn't.
without the
This
leather, though, or the
Muriel's
latex.
wedded bitch. I don't. She was good in 6 Feet Under, though. I'll give her that. That was a good show.
Well, did you play a corpse? Get it?
Played a fucking whore, mate. She was a sex addict. But no, the Matrix.
But like, how could you even like? But it's like the point is, how could the fuck like at the end of the film, which I liked, the end of the first one, it's like a standard epic, right? And he becomes Jesus, and he says the word, and he flies away into the camera.
Oh, you
How
hate
the
of it? Yeah.
It was no, I like it at the end of the first film, but then all of a sudden you go like, I like the ending, and then you go,
What Rage Against the Machine song is that? Wake Up. That's it.
Wake up. Oh, if only you had an extra. If only if you had an extra 2 strings on your guitar there, I could play it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Do you know what, I was actually
Like, how do you add any dramatic tension after that? After like they have the Jesus who can,
exactly.
Well,
what they do is they get Agent Smith and call him Smith 2.0,
yeah.
which annoys me.
Wasn't he in V for Vendetta? The guy Christopher.
Yeah,
Hugo Reeves.
Hugo Weaving.
Hugo
isn't it?
Weaving. Yeah.
Yeah, he's also in a film called Priscilla, Queen of the Desert,
He's also in
which is a fucking great film.
He's also in a crappy film about an American conscientious objector guy who joins as a medic, but he doesn't want to use a weapon. 'Cause it's Christianity.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, that's a
think it's
steaming.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, you're right. It is. That's a steaming pile of sentimental nonsense.
Lucky Manager is pretty good. It's directed by Mel Gibson.
Well, no, okay.
He's a really good. Do you know what? I'm just going to say something. Mel Gibson is a fantastic director. Right?
Agreed. Apocalypse.
But do you know what? Do you know what else? He's also a really fucking amazing anti-Semite. He's one of the best in the business, and I really don't mind. But I want to see Hacksaw Ridge because Apocalypto is fucking a piece of work, man. You ever seen Apocalypto?
Yeah, great fucking film.
And Braveheart. Do you know what my favourite part of Braveheart is? The favourite part of Braveheart is when what's his name? Patrick McGowan is the king, and he's got his son. And the son in Braveheart of the prince of son to Patrick McGowan, king. Whatever. Longshanks, that was his name.
Named after a cut of lamb.
Well, essentially, like literally, the character is right. You've seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I do have.
See, but father, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Shut up, son! I'll fucking slap you.
Yeah.
His character is essentially that, and he's supposed to be sort of like a what's the word when you
Gay.
no, well, yeah, but androgynous.
Oh right, okay.
But it's not really in that sort of terms. It's not really obvious if he's a gay gentleman or not.
Yeah.
But it's kind of assumed. And he's got this guy around him who's this is the assumption that he's fucking this guy in the mouth, is that he's quite a good looking guy and they look at each other longingly. So that I don't know if that's what are you laughing at? I don't think that's kind of too obvious. But there's
You never do that, man. I do that to you all the time. You're like, why would you?
there's this bit where Longshanks goes to see his.
We have sucked each other's dicks, but only for the act.
It was for the act.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it.
We
Look,
said at the time. It's like
we
this
were
is
working
for
out.
our art.
And that was before that we figured out the arsehole on the head.
But that's how we found out. That was the act.
No,
Remember?
no.
Like you were down there, like we were trying around. You were sucking my dick, and no, sorry, I was sucking. No wait, you started out. You were sucking my dick, and then all of a sudden I kind of slipped and I fell on top of your head, and then we just kind of, your head went up there, and all of a sudden it just kind of clicked.
Yeah.
But it was obviously the wrong way
it was
round
like?
because obviously I was facing that way and you were facing this way. We later improved it. And
It was
turned
like
around,
that day.
I came at you doggy style.
It was
I
like
came at you doggy style.
it was like that day in the when we came up with that. It was like the day in when in Blazing Saddles, the writing room for that, which had Mel Brooks, Richard Pryor, and a bunch of other fucking amazing people in there. When they wrote that the sheriff is near joke.
I can't remember that joke.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, I was talking about Longshanks in Braveheart.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I always get distracted. It's called heroin. But yeah, in Braveheart,
That's the one drug you haven't taken.
That's true. Actually, I can't afford needles, so I just eat it.
Why don't you just get like sewing needles and just kind of.
That's just long. I don't like pain or needles or heroin. But anyway,
How do you know until you tried it?
Longshanks has this androgynous son from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the exact same fucking Herbert, exact same character. And he has this like really good-looking motherfucker with him all the time. They look at each other longingly and it's assumed that they're gay. And there's obviously tension between the dad and the father. And there's this bit where the fucking there's this bit where the Longshanks goes upstairs to see his Holy Grail son, and they get into a bit of somewhat of a debate. And then all of a sudden, the good-looking motherfucker who's always looking at him longingly pipes up and he goes, "I would like to get involved in the battle. I am skilled in the ways of battle."
And he gets
no. And Patrick McEwen walks up to him and he goes, "Well, oh, that sounds really great." And then he just throws him out of a window.
Maybe it is not much that bit.
And then you see him just laugh. You don't see him laugh, but you hear it. And then you see these guards run up to the body and look at it on the ground, and they look up, see where it came from. And then the king's standing there, and he's looking out, and then the guards just go, "Oh, all right, fuck it." Just Other than that, the film's rubbish.
Wouldn't that be a funny, like, just a documentary about like a bunch of goon guards, like, stooges, and like they just talk, two guys talking. It's like a very, Looney style thing, just having a conversation, and every now and again a guy just falls and like, hang on a second. It's the king. All right, we go.
Oh, bollocks again.
Oh, it's Frank. Oh, that got me a tenner. Like,
right, how you doing, mate?
How you doing, mate?
We'll sort this out for you, mate. Yeah. Speaking of like sort of like,
oh, mate, we have to open up applications for new goons, mate.
Oh god, that was the son. That was the queer prince's boyfriend.
Yeah. That's gonna be a weird advert.
Proves he ain't a fairy. He didn't fly, did he? Hey, fucking. Do you know what, this banter between us, this gallows humour, isn't it? I hate myself and everything around me.
We know.
I know. This is the Full Blown Hatred podcast.
Full Blown Hatred podcast.
We're going to say really hurtful things because I really need attention all the time. I fucking hate when people try to be
intense and
full
of hatred.
When
they start a podcast called the Full Blown Hatred podcast, that kind of shit. Yeah,
exactly.
Pisses me off too.
This is what I'm doing. Is I'm putting this to a stop.
Hey, let's make this. Let's take the Full Blown Hatred podcast another notch and say all the swears we like.
Oh
let's
my
go.
god!
Yeah.
You know what?
Okay. Wanker is good.
Wanker is good.
Yeah.
Cunt hairs.
Cunt hairs. Yeah. Or
is that a true swear word? Because it has
taint hair.
Taint. No, so you're just copying me now.
Okay, fine.
You're hanging around the same area.
All right. Dick breath.
Dick breath is that's just bound to happen. You can't have blowjobs without dick breath. I actually knew a bloke called Dick Breath.
Really?
Yeah. He was a steaming heterosexual. You never hear that? Flaming heterosexual.
A lightly sautéed heterosexual.
What? See, that's just terrible.
A slow cooked heterosexual. A slow cooked.
He's slightly grilled heterosexual.
A pan-seared.
A sautéed. Oh god, what are we talking about anyway? The Matrix.
How many jumps back do you want to do?
No, I can't do any, man.
Full blown hatred.
Full blown hatred. Yeah, this is good, man. I don't care. I don't care. People would they always come up with what they want to talk about, how they're going to talk about it. They've already got their opinions and everything done before they broadcast. So essentially, we should just change.
Have
the
you ever
name.
considered becoming a goth?
I have. Oh well, I listen to the music.
Oh.
I just hate the people.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so maudlin, and even though I have loads of money to spend 175 quid on a fucking pair of boots, I have 300 quid to get a fucking trench coat.
I look like Inspector
There's no trenches round here.
I look like Inspector Gadget if he went depressed.
Listen to you, pale cunt. Get a tan. You never. Do you know what annoys me as well? Is goths on hot beaches.
Have you seen that?
I've seen it.
Wow.
It's just like, well, what are you doing? Like they're literally, they're still in leather.
We still need vitamin D, man.
I thought they would just explode because no. Most goths that I've met are just idiots.
I've
they're
met
just
some
like normal
ex-goths.
people, but who really like to exaggerate their clothing.
To be honest,
I don't correlate. I used to correlate music and clothing, but
I don't mind gothishness for a certain reason. I kind of respect it to a certain degree because
chicks are hot.
Well, firstly is that, but also because it doesn't look good, and like they know it doesn't look good, and that's kind of
goth
so
women
you're
look
in
great.
It,
Goth
see,
men don't.
Hipsters piss me off, and I know I'm a fucking scrap, but like I'm dressed like a piece of shit. Like I'm not attempting to be cool, and I don't go anywhere, so I don't like
That's
meet
my
people.
Shirt.
Is it? Well,
Yeah.
that explains why it smells so bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Yeah, but like they
Still my
just
shirt.
they kind of adorn themselves with all this kind of trickery, but it's not. They're not like taking any risk. They look kind of dickish, but they look good dickish,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
And it's
well.
like, whereas a goth looks just like like a corpse, you know.
It looks like it's like any kind of fashion. I that's why I don't adhere to it. It's because it just looks like hard work. It's a goth to me is
Yeah.
exactly the same as some some fucking woman who puts on a fuckload of makeup every morning. You know, she has to dress a certain way.
Yeah.
Goths just do it because they want attention. It's great.
Well, everyone wants attention.
No, I don't want attention.
Oh, you're right. Let's hope no one listens to this podcast.
They will, because what I'll do is I'll do what I did last time, and that was message them, say, listen to this, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and then you get a bunch of like message read and not replied.
Oh no, I got my responses back, and I don't mind. I'll continue to do this. Just
No, this one's been really
because
fun,
it's
man. Actually.
fun.
Yeah, I think there were more jokes in this one than the last one. Actually,
I
which is
have
impressive.
I have no care for what happens to this podcast. It's fine. Yeah,
I
hopefully-
care, Charlie.
Yeah, it's good shit. It's good shit. I enjoy
By the
it.
way, you haven't copyrighted this podcast, have you?
I have.
Oh, have you?
I have. Yeah, I sent a letter to myself. That solves it, doesn't it? Say I own that, and it goes, that's real because you've got a stamp on it.
Yeah.
That means that's superior to in law.
Yeah.
I've been studying law for about two minutes, but
Yeah.
yeah, actually, I've read a book. I said,
Maybe you should go to your court dates a bit earlier.
Do you know why? Do you know why I had to give up? Do you know why I had to give up practicing law?
Why?
Is because I found the reading was really hard. I just saw the name of the book and it said law, and I went, that's enough.
Yeah. I see. Yeah.
I genuinely don't care anymore. There is no community in my eyes. This whole fucking thing where people are supposed to worry about how they're perceived or looked, or
Well, isn't that the problem? Like that. Because I mean, I love the internet. I think it's one of the greatest
it's
things
great.
ever created by man. I think it's one of the true. Like, it's a real.
You wouldn't say that 40 years ago, though, would you?
Well, that's because the internet's only about.
Exactly.
20 years old,
This
so.
is
That's like saying, that's like me talking about time travel's bullshit.
it is though, isn't it?
Well, I don't think it'll ever. I don't think it's possible.
I think so. I think it is. Do you know how you do it?
How?
Is you drive a car.
88 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and then you put some plutonium in it.
No. See, that's bullshit. That's Back to the Future. That's just fake.
Yeah.
What you do is you drive a car
Yeah.
into.
Are you
some-
stupid? You drive a fucking Klingon bird of prey at warp 10 into a star.
See, a lot of people would like when they're driving down the road. They've got their whips, if you will.
Yeah.
They're driving down the road in these whips, and they're these really nice cars, and they really like to do it, right? Do you know what would really fuck them off?
What?
Is if you pulled up next to him in a Klingon warbird. That was
Bird of prey.
Bird of prey. Sorry, I do-
Warbird is a Romulan bird.
A Romulan warbird is pretty cool as well. But that would like they're playing whatever they. What would they be listening to? Some shit music like.
And you'd be listening to Klingon opera.
Exactly, yeah. Drinking your fucking Romulan ale, going, you're a pussy, old bro.
Drinking your blood wine, but whatever.
On
mate.
the back of on your bird
Get
of
your
prey.
accurate up your Star Trek.
I can't help myself. I love Star Trek.
I know, as in me too. I'm saying, like, get your references correct. Appropriate the same fictional beverage, the same fictional starship.
Do you know what that means?
What?
Nothing.
Oh, fuck.
They're all, so this, bro, I'm gonna go join Starfleet, innit? They're gonna call me Captain. What was
Do they should
Captain Kieran?
Do you think they should do a remake of another remake of the Star Trek films, but like do it like Kingsman? So it's like a young mouthy chav.
Oh, God.
Like Kirk is like this kind of, hey bro, I don't want to join Starfleet. I can't do.
I'm
it.
still
So
waiting. I'm
too
still
posh,
waiting for the long-awaited Wesley Crusher Wesley Crusher movie.
but- really.
Fucking
Wasn't he supposed to like? There's like a massive plot hole with Wesley Crusher because there was a point where it was like he was warp travel like Jesus, you
Yes.
know? And like he was gonna like float off with this other invisible dude,
and then
who
he was fine again.
and then he was just like, oh, but I still got to go to school, and then he never did anything with that ever again. It became another annoying.
Joe
spot.
was really weird about Wesley Crusher, like because when
He looks nothing like Wesley Snipes.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes. Let's do a cameo of Wesley Snipes as Wesley Crusher.
I don't want
Back
to.
from the force, bitch.
I don't want to go to school, ma. Oh fuck it! Oh, what
They
was
should do a cover of Forrest Gump with Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker. Well, he has got the eye for it.
No, I'm just doing word association. Donut tree.
Do you know there is
face,
actually
hedgehog.
there is actually a weird there is actually a film about Wesley Crusher back on Earth.
Yeah. What's it
It was
called?
really weird. Because like for some reason in the future, like when Wesley Crusher was back in the Earth, it was in the 50s, and him, Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connell, and River Phoenix, right? They were all in this film,
Okay.
and they're all friends. They all hang around in this treehouse, right? And what they do is they say, "Oh, do you want to go look at a dead body?"
Right. I know you're referencing a film, but I don't know which it is.
Oh, I'm so glad. Well, what they do is they. Well, they do. Kiefer Sutherland's in it as well. He plays the bad guy.
You know, I don't
It's
know
really
actors'
weird.
names. I go by he's like Mr. Freeze in that film, and like
That's Arnie, man. What are you
I
on
know,
about?
I know. But
Everybody, chill.
that's the what? Is that Scottish? Arnold Schwarzenegger?
That is real Arnold. You have to understand doing an Arnold impression is quite hard. You have to learn to speak to him softly because everybody just goes. No,
Your
yeah.
mum does that.
Yeah, she does actually. My mum.
Because she's got cerebral palsy.
Oh god. How do you know this
And she
about
sucked my dick.
How do you know this about my family?
Oh, she
Well,
sucked my dick.
No, she just had her tongue out. Like.
She
Oh.
got a prosthetic one in.
See, do you know, the more you talk, the more bad. Like, the less I look bad. So it's.
Yeah, maybe the full blown hatred podcast is when you get guests on, right?
To make them look really bad.
And they kind of
And
channel
they
their
become- they
hatred,
become the
and you
hatred.
just kind of espouse it, and you become a more relaxed kind of hippie person.
Hey, man.
So it's actually us.
Do you know what, dude? It's alright.
No, it's not alright.
It's alright, dude.
It's not alright.
I fucking hate hippies.
I don't mind hippies.
I don't know. I hate them. I really think that do you know what they need to do? Get a haircut and get a job. That's what they need to do.
Do I? Well,
No, you go have a job. You're alright.
I'm
You're
actually working at the moment.
you're like an
nothing.
undercover. You're like an undercover hippie.
An undercover hippie.
Yeah, that's it.
Did I tell you about the legend of
You're
Jeff
like
Skunk?
Frank Serpico.
Did I tell you about the legend of Jeff Skunk Baxter? It's an amazing story.
No.
So Jeff Skunk Baxter, his name Skunk, he was one of the greatest session musicians of
Did
all
he
time.
like marijuana?
He did indeed like marijuana.
I don't know where I would have got that. I was just a guess.
Yeah, because of the name Skunk, right?
Oh.
But he was a guitarist, and he was an amazing guitarist. He played on like thousands of records. He was one of the during the 70s. He was one of his playing is on so many records that you wouldn't know because it wasn't credited. He played a lot of Steely Dan stuff and Barbra Streisand and all kinds of crazy stuff. And just a hardworking, fantastic musician. And then he became a defense contractor.
What?
Yeah. He was like a technology whiz, and then he wrote a paper just out of the blue about how the Aegis, the American Aegis missile system that's naval based for shooting down planes and stuff, should be repurposed as a theater missile defense against ballistic missiles.
Do you know, if I was a missile, I'd be really angry as well. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'll be
Ballistic,
going
totally
ballistic.
I'll be tactical, but that's just
It'd be horrendous. Like.
I would be more strategic. Like,
You never hear of an even-tempered missile, do you? You never hear. Oh, he's all right. That Gary the missile, he's all right. He doesn't really blow people up. He sort of goes, "Look, can you move out of the way? I don't really want to hurt you." You know what I mean?
Well, that missile's smart.
That's true. It's a smart missile. That's true.
Yeah.
He's got a camera on it.
Yeah. Oh, he's still Oh, he's seeks that heat, that missile. He's a real heat seeker.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a really semi-active radar homing. Yeah, he's a real line of sight beam riding guidance missile. Yeah.
Is he?
He's a real wire guided guy.
God.
He's a real.
Why a guy did missile? What year are you in?
Oh, they still use him. They still use him now.
They have to plug the missile in.
No, they do, man. They still use him.
Oh, I've got to get another extension, mate. That missile.
No, man. They literally are. No, mate. They're. That's one of them because they're cheaper than ones with their own embedded guidance systems. That's a common use. Like the tow missile.
What are they doing in bed?
What? In bed?
Nothing.
I think. Okay, fine.
Never mind.
Man. Now I was trying to unload about military tech, and you're trying to make that funny.
Yeah, I'm trying
you
to.
trying to
You're really revealing a lot about our secret government work.
Well, no, this is like, decades old technology.
Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear?
Much like the government's technology. Oh.
Do you know? Do you want to hear an interesting fact that
Not really, no.
the government are really keeping from you, right?
Go on then.
See JFK.
Yeah.
You know the
No,
president.
is that the? Oh, I thought it was the shoe store. All right.
No. I've never been there. They won't let me in again.
Okay.
Sniffing the shoes. But do you know JFK?
Oh, that's JJB. Sorry, yeah,
Oh,
JFK.
God,
yeah.
God.
Yeah. There you go, Mel. Okay, JFK. Former American president.
Like,
Former American president. He was shot.
If you don't want
He was
to
assassinated.
hear the real stuff, that's fine. If you're just going to talk over me whilst I'm trying to reveal this real stuff, that's fine. I'll go.
All right, Charlie Glasshouse. Keep
Right,
talking.
Jesus, fuck's sake! What can't get no fucking respect around here? Who am I? Rodney Dangerfield? I don't know what the fuck. Anyway,
Rodney Dangerous T.
Rodney stole my jokes. Oh, I get no respect. They stole my jokes.
Would you imagine if you saw Dangerous T doing a Rodney Dangerfield?
Oh God.
I don't get no respect. I don't get no respect. That would be a character I did watch. Hey,
I put a plastic bag on my head.
Okay,
I got no respect at all.
Okay, yeah. All right, let's.
Oh,
we can bleep that out.
Anyway,
Right?
I'm going to tell you an interesting fact because we got to end it. I'm afraid, haven't we?
Go on, finish on your fact.
We got to end this. So, like, I'm going to tell you an interesting fact, right?
It was about JFK.
It's about JFK, right? See, the whole JFK conspiracy theory about when people, he got shot by some guy in the grassy knoll or whatever, and Lee Harvey Oswald and all that, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what the special government force that was apparently behind that did?
What did they do?
They didn't assassinate JFK, but they did piss in his shampoo. It's true. It's a genuine fact.
Is that right?
That's a hate fact, really.
It's a hate fact. And they're watching, and they were like, do you think they were watching the footage, and they were like, oh no, what's the name of it? Jackie Onassis has our piss all over because he had his hair.
Do you know what? Do you know what the funny thing about Jackie Onassis when she was after JFK had been shot and she was picking the bits of his skull off the back of the car?
What?
That was the only cleaning that cunt has ever done.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, too soon, shit.
Too soon.
Oh,
man.
God. Oh, yeah, no,
hell, mate. That's
if that joke hasn't been said, I'm sorry, but
that's okay. That's interesting. So maybe
she didn't know what to do.
Now we're on the full-blown hatred.
Yeah, we are certainly on the full-blown hatred podcast. Well, I'm going to leave it there because I'm done. So yeah, well, thank you very much, Mr. Andrew Reza, and thank you once
pleasure
again
as always,
to
Charlie.
Mel
Next time I'll bring material and you can kind of like set me up
Oh,
with
don't
questions.
worry, that's fine.
So Andrew, you've been going to the shop recently.
I've been told today that this podcast is just me interrupting you.
No. That was me interrupting you, so it's fine.
I don't mind.
Maybe next time you kind of like set me up and like, hey, so Andrew,
I've been trying to set you up all night.
I hear you. You've been on the train recently. I'm like, yeah, I have been. Would you? I've got a little song about that. Would you like to hear my song about the train?
I've been pitching underarm fucking bowls to you, and you've just been you've been swinging and a missing, boy. You're about as sharp as a bag of wet mice.
That's nice.
Foghorn Leghorn. Anyway, well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
You're a fucking G.
Thank you.
And Mel is an N.
Let's end it on another Meshuggah song. I would say let's end it.
I mean it in a good way.
Let's end it on Demiurge.
Oh no! What was that fucking? Oh, what is the great one? Oh,
there's a lot of them.
It's on nothing.
New Millennium Cyanide Crest.
No, but it's
Strenger.
No.
Closed Eye Visuals.
Yeah, no.
It's got.
It might be Closed Eye Visual.
Stores pulled at random.
Oh, it's the Mechanics Machine song. It's like the fourth track on the album.
That's
Yeah,
Closed Eye Visuals.
Closed Eye Visuals. Yeah, fuck it. Rational Gaze is banging. All of that. Have you heard the new album?
But my favorite. Yeah.
Oh
man. Oh, my favorite is Born in Dissonance. I can put that on.
We're here now.
Yeah.
We're here now.
Not lyrics.
Anyway, guys. Well, thank you. If any, I really hope that this does become a thing because I'm enjoying it. It's freeing. You don't have to worry. I don't have to write jokes, which is always good.
Yeah.
I can just be myself, which is really. I have to say, I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to be trying to be humble here. I'm a fucking genius.
Yeah.
So I just this is.
I think you're humble in ways that most people don't understand.
Exactly.
Right.
So I have a giant penis as well. I keep it in my bag.
Isn't it? What, for a snack or something?
Oh yeah, just in case.
Just to keep your joy.
Check. Have a little fucking nibble.
Yeah.
It's like one of those old rocks that you get at the seaside. Just lasts forever. Anyway, thank you very much. Have a good evening. I love you. Go fuck yourself. And we're clear. Are we not clear? What's it? You sat there looking at facts. Right, so we're going away in 4.
back.